The first reactions to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 are in, and they are all over the place. Some are calling it the best Marvel movie in years, while others are saying it's strangely uneven. Let's get into it. Joey Magidson of Awards Radar says, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is full of heart and brought me to tears on multiple occasions. Lauren LaMagna of Next Best Picture says Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is full of stakes, emotion, and feels like a solid ending. Good thing. Meanwhile, her colleague at Next Best Picture, Matt Neglia, says Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 aspires for sweeping emotion, gut-busting laughs, and thrilling action. It sometimes succeeds, but as a send-off for all of these characters, it feels strangely uneven and anticlimactic. Mike Ryan at Uprock says Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, James Gunn bets the house on a surprising, emotional story centered on Rocket and the love and friendship between these characters. Bets and wins. It's pretty incredible. Animal lovers, there are a couple of tough scenes. David Crow from Den of Geeks says my reactions to Guardians 3. Thank God that James Gunn is back in the MCU. This is easily the best Marvel movie in years and had a real heartfelt and surprisingly wistful heart. Sean Tajapur of Nerdtropolis says, just screened Guardians 3, and it is an emotional and action-packed rollercoaster ride. It's easily the best MCU film since No Way Home. Grace Randolph from Beyond the Trailer says Guardians 3 has the MCU magic, and that James Gunn is quickly becoming a phenomenal blockbuster director and might deliver a fire Superman movie. But he really needs to stop putting his family and friends in his movies. It's super distracting and took me out of a whole sequence. Sean was cool, but it's just out of control. And she also goes on to say in a later tweet that she hopes that Gunn pulls back from some of his sophomoric humor. Samuel Leggett Jr., who's a member of Critics' Choice, says Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is all around was a better film than the second, had some epic action moments, interesting progression for the characters, and a great emotional arc for Rocket and the main villain. But some things I wanted more depth/weight, but still a good time. Joshua Axelrod, who writes for Pittsburgh PG, said, I tried so hard to resist Guardians 3, but damn it, Rocket's storyline eventually got me and never let go. If there were, say, 35% fewer jokes, it would have been an all-timer. Satisfying conclusion overall, and it ends on what's now my favorite MCU needle drop. Jacob Kleinman at Inverse.com writes, Guardians 3 is the best Marvel movie in years, perfect blend of humor, heart, and action with an epic third act that doesn't devolve into CGI mush. Will Poulter is a legend. Kofi Outlaw for comicbook.com says, proud to report Guardians 3 takes the trilogy out on an extremely high note. Highlights include one of the best villain performances and action sequences ever in the MCU. And Andrew Corpin, who's associate editor and film critic for Clutch Points, says, I love Will Poulter, but Warlock was a miss. Ditto for the needle drops. As with all early reactions, take them with a bit of a grain of salt. Disney tends to sweeten the audience with people critics they might think are favorable to the movie. Marvel could really use a bounce back right now. There's starting to be chatter of a superhero fatigue, and they need something to hit and hit hard. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 has been tracking lower for its opening weekend than Guardians 2. Will these reactions help the early tracking? We'll see.